It's not just a game.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm here with Doublelift after Team Liquid opens up their MSI with a very impressive victory over the Flash Wolves. Now, Doublelift, you guys were favored in this matchup beforehand, yet it was incredibly clean, incredibly convincing. What does it mean to you to open up MSI with a win in that fashion?
Definitely feels really good. Like, they picked all scaling team comp, so if kind of like the memes that we're really slow and like we're not aggressive enough, we're not proactive enough early game, like if we lost to that kind of team comp, it would be really depressing. So I'm glad we were able to, get small leads everywhere and then turn those into big leads.
Yeah, I think that's an important point. Also, your coach Kane said, well, we'll have to kind of work on the fact that we are a bit slower than some of the other teams here and we want to be more aggressive. In the past, though, a lot of time when teams have wanted to change just before an international tournament, it hasn't always been great, or it's a hard thing to do. So what's your approach to that?
Well, I think the main thing is just like you should never expect like a big transformation with a team or even a player. Like no one is just like could do a complete 180. It's gonna take like years and years of playing to make those big changes. But I think what people see and like between, for example, like G2, they just like explosive, super insane outplay playstyle where they just take a lot of fights and they win through lane. Like that kind of dominance, it's really not that far off from every team. Like every team just makes like really small changes and it makes like a really big difference in the long run. So we focus on like getting the small things down perfectly versus trying to make drastic changes. And so I think we play our play style really cleanly.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just works out.
I mean, I have to concur. It has been looking very impressive. And of course, this is such a hyped roster coming into this MSI. You've also said, well, this is the time to win internationally. This is the year. What are the points about TL that in your mind are so good that are going to bring you a lot of wins at MSI and hopefully a final?
Well, I mean, this MSI, we have Jensen and Core, and they're basically just Smurfs. They're just so good. Like, they do everything right. And I like our team in general, like, I feel like overall we do almost everything right. And like, in our view of the game, like, if we can't, like, play at the same pace as, like, some of the other teams and do the plays that they do, but, like, the plays that we want to do and, the stuff that we want to work on, I think we're basically, like, almost exactly where we want to be. And, yeah, I mean, the pieces are just there for us. Like, I'm really confident. I think we're the best team at the tournament, and we just have to go out there and win.
Fantastic. I love to hear it. Final question. You have Fangfu Buffalo later as well, but a lot of people are looking towards tomorrow. Matchup versus G2 and versus IG. What are your expectations for those, probably some of the hardest games you'll play in the group stage?
We're going to stomp them.
Okay, fantastic. I love the confidence. I love the fact that you played so convincingly here in Game 1. Congratulations. Thank you very much, guys. I'm here with Perks after G2 opens up at MSI by beating SKT. SKT rumored to be one of the strongest teams here. What does it mean for you to take them down in your very first game at MSI?
Well, it feels good, but it doesn't feel anything special. I just want to win every game, right? And it doesn't feel that great because I felt the draft was kind of bad. So if they play a better draft, then they should have more hope. And yeah, I mean, it feels good to win, right? Like I don't know what to say. I actually counted yesterday. I lost every opening game so far in my career. I played 4 of them and I lost all 4 of them. So winning now against SKT, it just feels nice, yeah. Times have changed.
It's a fantastic start, indeed. When I looked at the game, you guys got ahead really early, but it wasn't through getting as many kills, which is usually what happens in Europe. Was that a conscious effort versus SKT and maybe going into the rest of MSI, playing a bit of a different style?
No. I think we were playing the same as we usually play. I just think they are better than opposition in Europe. So they've defended like our dive stop and our like threats and stuff. And they also played, I mean, they play well from behind, so it wasn't that easy to just snowball against them. So they're just a better team than European teams, but we played the same way, and yeah, I'm happy with how we played.
Yeah, fair assessment. Around 20 minutes, there was this feeling of this is SKT. They have Teddy who can be so strong in these team fights. Was there ever fear in the team that you could lose it at that point in time before that Baron, or were you just confident after the first phase that you were going to close it out?
I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I didn't have any fear. I don't, like in game, I only look for ways to win the game or what to do to win the game. And this game I was really ahead, so I was just calling to wait for my 3rd item because I would get a lot faster than Ezreal. And then we could just force a fight and get Nash, hopefully. And it wasn't really, I don't know how the fight even started. I feel like
you stepped forward. I'm sorry, yeah.
They just tried to go on me, and then, yeah, because I wanted to bait the fight, and then they took the bait, and then we got Nash of that. So it was pretty nice, and big props to Mickey. I have to mention again, he hasn't played for 3 months solo queue, and we just started screaming 2 days ago with him, and he played so well again. So I don't know, I'm just lucky to play with him.
Yeah, it was wonderful to see. I do want to ask about your performance as well, because this is your first international tournament as an AD carry, and in the first game, you take down one of the most hyped guys at MSI in Teddy. How do you feel about your performance as AD carry going forward?
Well, I feel like it was kind of like his support fault and also draft, and I think Teddy played really well from like what I could see. So yeah, I mean, I don't really feel any pressure or hype, or honestly, like it's just like at this point it's just another day in the building. So I just want to make sure that me and my team are feeling as comfortable and as happy to play every game on stage. And I just feel very comfortable with my team. So I don't have any worries, and even because we haven't come over many problems yet, but when we come over them, we need to solve them. And it's just the first game of the MSI, right?
Yeah.
We can't say yet for sure, but we played well now. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say cool, calm, and collected. So are you taking down IG later?
That's the plan, yeah. Yeah.
Great. We'll be looking forward to that. No, thank you, Perks. Fantastic first game here at MSI of G2 Esports. Thank you very much, guys. I'm here with Xmithy after Team Liquid goes 2-0 on their first day at the MSI group stage. Jake, it is your birthday, if I have it correct?
Yes.
Happy...
For like 10 more minutes.
For 10 more minutes. So can I sing you a song for your birthday?
Yeah.
It's really short. It goes, happy birthday to you. That's a 2-0 for you. Okay, I'm never doing that again. Anyway, very happy birthday. Of course, on a more serious note, very important day for Team Liquid. A 2-0 is a great gift, but there's still a long road to go. How do you look back on how you guys played today?
I think we definitely played way better than we did in against a best of 5 with PvP. So I think it's definitely improvement. I think there's still a lot of things to work up on. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this whole day for tonight and hopefully be better for tomorrow.
Yeah, specifically about PvP, I think that's important that you bring that up because people were giving you a really hard time, even though you won that best of 5, 3-0. Do you think that you beat them so easily here is a good boost for your confidence overall, that you won't fall to them and maybe other teams anymore in that fashion?
Yeah, a win is definitely a good boost, but I mean, we played with Sonateric, so it's kind of you know, like a cheat. So, but I think we're still improving day by day. And we're learning a lot in all these games. We watch all the games, and we definitely see improvement from everyone.
I mean, I do as well, and I think in general you can say that there's improvement, but tomorrow is a really, really big test, of course. G2 Esports and IG, can you break down individually what you think the keys will be to taking down those opponents?
Well, G2 against SKT was really strong, but G2 against IG was kind of like a clown fiesta. So hopefully, we're just going to be playing in our own pace. I think that's our major problem right now. It's like we're playing against, like, for example, a PvB, and then we didn't really play that well. So hopefully against G2, like a little bit of a rivalry there, but hopefully it's going to be a good match.
Yeah, I think so too. And how about IG? Do you guys think you have a chance to take them down?
I think it was the same thing also as like G2, or like compared to G2, where IG against PvB was kind of like a clown fiesta. And against G2, like they were really looking really strong, like pretty much the team that we looked at last Worlds. So they're pretty scary, but I think we can beat them.
Okay, fantastic. I'm loving the confidence and a fantastic job on day 1 of groups here. Jake, enjoy the rest of your birthday, and back over to you guys.
In America, I'm like an F-tier celebrity, but here I'm like an A-tier celebrity since everywhere I go, there's like fans of Team Liquid or like that recognize me, which I think it's kind of crazy just how popular League is here compared to like most countries that you go to. Like the percentage of people who play League and who follow League and like are interested in it are just, it's really insane. Like even in Korea, I'd say it must be smaller than in Vietnam, at least in my experience so far. So I think the country is just really passionate about League, and people are really polite and just very nice and enthusiastic about like meeting us and stuff and have the opportunity.
The world is watching.